Alright, so in the first video, we're going to talk a little bit about 90-90 breathing. The purpose of this exercise is to help reset your hips and your rib cage and maybe reset some breathing. It's like we covered in the intro, your relationship from your pelvis to your rib cage and how you breathe is going to be a big factor in muscular function and how you move. So it will affect any kind of exercise that you're trying to do. So in this exercise, what you need is a ball and a chair or a bench. We're going to put the ball, you can use a towel or a pillow, just roll up the towel and put it between your knees. This is about 4 or 5 inches. We're going to throw this right between your knees. You're just going to squeeze that on a 4 or 5 out of 10. And then you're going to press your heels down into the box or chair. Same thing, 4 or 5 out of 10. It should be just enough to feel your hamstrings turn on and just enough to feel your groin muscles turn on. That's going to help start reorienting your pelvis a little bit. So from there we want to get into your breathing form. So we're going to push your tongue to the roof of your mouth and you're going to draw a nice long breath in through your nose. You want that breath to be about 5 or 6 seconds long. You want to feel your entire rib cage expand as you start to inhale. When you exhale in this exercise, we're going to exhale with a long sigh, almost like you're trying to fog up a window. So we want that exhale to last quite a bit longer than your inhale. So shoot for 8 to 10 seconds. Think about trying to completely deflate your lungs with the exhale. This is going to help start changing how your skeleton is positioned. So if you have lower back problems or something like that, this is step 1 to helping alleviate that. So to review, we're going to press down on your heels 4 or 5 out of 10. Callie should start feeling her hamstrings turn on a little bit. We're going to be squeezing that ball or towel at a 4 or 5 out of 10 as well. And then we're going to start going with the breathing mechanics. Now if Callie has one hand on her rib cage and one on her belly, her hand on her rib cage, we just want her to kind of note her ribs starting to drop on each exhale. So from the hips up, we're really thinking about melting into the floor on each exhale, even though we have tension on these muscles on the bottom here. Her other hand is on her belly, and in this case, what we want to think about doing is keeping your six-pack abs right through the middle of your stomach soft. We don't want to be using those to control your pelvis so much. So go ahead and start with your breathing. We're going to draw a nice long breath into your nose. You see her rib cage and belly expand a little bit. And then she's going to exhale with a long sigh, and you see her really melting into the table. As she exhales, you notice her knees lifted a little bit. On those exhales, just to give yourself a little extra hamstring, think about lifting your knees up on your first exhale, just about another inch or 2. Think about tucking your tailbone to the back of your knees. It should be just enough to feel the tip of your tailbone lift off the floor. So we're not going into a full bridge or anything like that with this exercise. We're just doing enough to give yourself back some hamstrings, get you out of that pelvis orientation, give your hamstrings some slack, give you more hip extension, and hopefully start helping up the chain too, as far as lower back pain, shoulder stuff, and anything beyond there. This is really just step 1. Next exercise, we're going to show you rock back breathing to help expand that back a little bit more and help relax some of those lower back muscles.